It's a new day, and today we are here with Ma'am Amenla, who is the Deputy Director of the Department of Horticulture. So let's interact with her. Ma'am, so can you give a brief description of MIDH scheme with special reference to the floriculture?
Yeah, MIDH scheme, it is the Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture. It's a central sector scheme where the pattern of funding is 90:10 on the basis of 90:10 for the Government of India and the state government.
Okay.
And it is funded by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India. So under this, it basically aims at bringing a holistic development of the horticulture sector, which includes even floriculture. So under floriculture also, there is a number of schemes which focuses on the commercial development of floriculture and encourages the farmers and entrepreneurs to come forward and make a livelihood out of it. So MIDH scheme is mainly for the overall improvement in their productivity and farmers' income.
Okay. So, ma'am, what are the eligible components under the MIDH scheme for floriculture and related units pattern of assistance?
Under MIDH scheme, we have the open cultivation of flowers.
Yes.
And the protected cultivation as well. So farmers or entrepreneurs, interested growers may avail the assistance of this scheme for the open cultivation of a number of flowers like cut flowers, bulbous flowers, and then loose flowers. So here the assistance given is 50%
Okay.
of the total cost norms as per the MIDH guideline, and out of this 50 is to be out of this 50 is to 50 sharing basis between government and the beneficiary. So farmers, they have to shell out 50% of the total cost. Like for example, for the cut flowers in the open condition, the total cost is say 1 lakh. So the state under MIDH, the government will contribute 50,000, and the beneficiaries, they have to chip in 50,000.
So, ma'am, can you also explain a little bit on the eligibility for applying this scheme?
As long as you are a citizen of Nagaland, means of the state, bona fide citizen of the state, you can avail the scheme. There is no such thing that you have to be, but the thing is you need to have your land, of course, and you need to have the motivation to do it. So if you want to do it, and we really wish that for this we want the unemployed youths and the women folk to come forward. So if they are interested, they may approach, anyone can apply. So if they want, they can approach our district horticulture officer who is from the district, and then they may also approach the directorate. So but they'll have to fulfill some criteria, we don't encourage flowers for commercial production. We don't quite encourage it to be in very far-flung areas, because we need to look at the market accessibility also.
Yes,
accessibility is very important. And then because flowers, as we know, they are very perishable. So while handling, transportation and accessibility should be quite favorable. Because without that, the farmers, even if they are interested, we tend to hesitate a lot, because the success of that venture, their project, will depend on whether they are able to sell their flowers or not, whether they are able to get income from the sale of the flowers or not. So anybody can approach but they need to have a good accessibility.
Yes, yes.
So that's, and they may approach the district offices.
So talking about eligibility, ma'am, what is the application process and also the supporting document required?
There's a facility or online application. We can visit the Hotnet
Yes.
portal where one can log in and the Hotnet portal, and then they may apply online also.
Okay.
There online we need to have the Aadhaar, one's beneficiary's Aadhaar, and then bank account details. They need to have the passport photograph, which are to be scanned and uploaded.
Yes.
And if they are, because our farmers, most of them may be illiterate or they may not have that internet facility
Yes.
in their own places, they may approach any one of the district offices or his staff, and then with the application, they may write a simple application like addressed to the DHO or the director with the bank account details and then the Aadhaar and the passport.
Yes.
And the district officer, they may they can help, they can assist the concerned interested farmer to apply online.
Okay.
If they want.
All
Because
right.
Nowadays farmers, once we register in the Hotnet portal, specific ID is given to that farmer.
Okay.
That is how they may apply. But once this is done, the DHO consent or the block in charge or our field staff, they'll go and verify the site, whether it is the climatic condition or the area itself. Because for protected, suppose they have applied for protected, and if the area is undulating, it may not be very economical because we need to construct the structure.
Yes,
So we need a plain area. So while leveling, a lot of land development cost may be very high. So that all that feasibility will be done. Feasibility study may be done by the district.
So ma'am, we have talked about the eligibility and also the application process. And in the application process, you also mentioned about some of the evaluation process. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Okay, evaluation usually starts with once we receive the beneficiary's application, or suppose if they do it online, the block in charge will be the first to see it. So they'll just make a quick assessment of the area where the beneficiary, the interested applicant, wants the project. So they'll make a call to the beneficiary if the application or if the documents are in proper order, and if there's anything missing, they may ask them to submit also, and then they'll evaluate. They'll visit the site. They need to physically verify the site, to ensure that the site itself, it's suitable, and then the farmer really actually possesses the land, the applicant. And then it is within the the laid down criteria, like within for the flowers, within the market, easily accessible to the market. So all that sort of thing, evaluation will be done, and if the concerned applicant, they fulfill the criteria, he is selected, and then the district officer, he'll compile the list of the selected beneficiaries, and then he'll forward it to the directorate. Here at the directorate level, we just, as a formality, we just issue the approval, saying that this is the approval for those units.
Okay, so ma'am, talking about process evaluation, how is the fund processed?
Fund, actually, we have stopped giving money to the like cash or subsidy to the beneficiaries. The thing is, for open cultivation, we procure the quality planting materials, and then seeds, in the form of seeds and whatever inputs is to be given, we procure it for them. We procure it to renowned firms, and then we just disperse it, hand it over to the DHOs for distribution to the beneficiaries, selected beneficiaries, and then some few amount of say land development, assistance may be given through the DHOs by DBT, direct benefit transfer. And as for the beneficiaries under protected cultivation, we engage some service provider, like some firms, for construction of the polyhouses or greenhouse structures, because the beneficiaries themselves, they cannot do it. So we give them the whole work to install the structures, and then even provide the seeds, and then even give them hands-on training, the beneficiaries. And sometimes the beneficiaries may want help regarding the irrigation systems and all, so we ask them to, the service provider, the firms, whoever is engaged, they have to fulfill all those conditions. And then release is made to the firms concerned only when we receive the completion report along with the photograph stating that from the beneficiaries, which is to be countersigned by the district office, saying that the firm concerned has satisfactorily completed the installation and then provided all the required materials.
All right. So, ma'am, is there any other complaints or compliances that needs to be followed by the applicant or beneficiaries?
Actually, to be honest, so far we don't have any such regulations put in place for the beneficiaries to follow. But then one prerequisite is land development, like the site leveling and all. It should be done by the beneficiaries prior to the installation of the coming of the firms for installation of the structures, because and if they don't do it by the time the firms arrive to this site for installation, they forfeit their selection. Those who could not be accommodated, we give the preference to the next, because there are a lot of applications we cannot accommodate given our fund is limited, so we cannot cover all the beneficiaries in all the applications. So whoever is selected, we ensure that they fulfill the criteria that at least land development and all should be done by them. So if they don't comply with that, we are forced to drop them from the project and then give it to someone.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for being with us. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.